House of Lords. Reviewing and influencing bills. The House of Lords plays a critical role in reviewing, debating, and influencing bills passed by the House of Commons, ensuring legislation is carefully considered before becoming law. The Lords' essential role. Review and amend. The House of Lords reviews and amends bills passed by the House of Commons, scrutinizing every detail. Propose changes. Lords can propose new amendments or reject changes made by MPs to improve legislation. Delay, not block. Bills can be delayed for further consideration, but cannot be permanently blocked by the Lords. Example, the Fixed Term Parliaments Act, 2011, was heavily scrutinized by the House of Lords before being debated in the Commons. First and second readings. First reading. The bill is formally introduced to the House of Lords with no debate, simply a presentation before moving to the second reading. Second reading. The bill's general principles are debated. MPs defend it whilst Lords raise concerns or suggest changes. A vote determines whether the bill continues. Committee stage. Detailed scrutiny. Committee formation. A committee of the whole House or a public bill committee reviews the bill in meticulous detail. Proposing amendments. Lords can propose amendments, including new provisions or changes to the wording of the bill. Debate and vote. All amendments are debated and voted on by the Lords to ensure thorough consideration. Example, in the Welfare Reform Bill 2012, Lords added amendments on protection for disabled people from proposed cuts to benefits. Report and third reading stages. Report stage. Lords review all committee stage amendments, making further adjustments or suggesting new changes through debate and vote. Third reading. The bill is debated in its final form. Lords discuss overall content and vote on whether to send it back to the Commons. Examples, the Pensions Bill 2014 had amendments on pension age changes reviewed at report stage. The Crime and Courts Bill 2013 had final changes approved at third reading. How the Lords influence legislation. Proposing amendments. Lords suggest changes to improve bills involving technical details, provisions for public rights, or balancing fairness in the law. Delaying bills. If Lords disagree with a bill, they can delay its passage for further scrutiny, though they cannot veto it outright. Expert opinion. Lords are often experts in various fields, law, medicine, science, making their suggestions and amendments particularly valuable. Example, in the Domestic Violence Bill 2020, Lords proposed changes to strengthen the definition of abuse and increase support for victims. After the Lords. Returning to the Commons, consideration of amendments. The Commons can either accept or reject the amendments made by the Lords. Agreement reached. If both houses agree on the final version, the bill moves to royal assent and becomes law. Disagreements. If there are disagreements, the bill enters ping pong, where both houses negotiate changes until reaching agreement. The ping pong process. House of Commons. Lords amendments. House of Lords. Commons amendments. When the two houses disagree, the bill moves back and forth between them as each considers the other's amendments. This continues until both reach consensus on the final version. Example, the European Union Withdrawal Agreement Bill 2020 went through multiple rounds of ping pong before both houses finally agreed on the bill. The journey to royal assent, Lords approval. Bill passes through all Lords stages with amendments. Final agreement. Both houses agree on final version. Commons review. Commons considers Lords amendments. Royal assent. Bill becomes law. Key takeaways. Thorough examination. The House of Lords ensures bills are thoroughly examined, revised, and improved before becoming law. Influence, not block. The Lords cannot block bills indefinitely, but they can delay and influence legislation by suggesting important changes. Final approval. Once the Lords agree on a bill, it returns to the House of Commons for final approval before becoming law.